Hey everybody, it's Vanna. I'm tuning in because I think I should start sharing some really easy recipes that you can make for your family, seeing how everyone's definitely cooking a lot more and spending a lot more time with family and using more fresh ingredients. So let's talk about what to do. So step one, wash your hands. And then step two, you want to get a crock pot, or in this case, this is a multi-purpose 5-quart or an electric skillet, just something that's going to slow cook that's not on the fire. You can make this on top of the stove. You would start it on high, sear the meat, then go down to low and let it simmer. This is a pot roast, okay? So these are ingredients that are easy to get. They don't go bad, and you can keep them in your freezer. You keep the meat in your freezer. You can keep root vegetables like your onions and your carrots and all those things inside like a dark place, okay? So what I have here is beef chuck pot roast, and thankfully no one's buying these because they don't really know what to do with them and they're kind of tough. So there's usually those handy. Of course, gloves, which I'm sure, I don't really use them. I'm not a germaphobe, but when it comes to meat, I always put the gloves on. So, and usually I just do one hand and it's a little easier for me. And do your strong arm. No, but do whatever hand you use all the time. Get a bowl, and then just put your meat in there. Okay? And then you're gonna add some salt. And this is like stuff everyone could do, guys. Tablespoon of salt, pepper. Oh, that was a lot of pepper, no worries. Next is, you wanna use some kind of like a multi-purpose herb. I like the 21 season salute from Trader Joe's. So put that on there. And then these days I use a lot of oregano oil. I actually use that as my hand sanitizer, just oregano oil and water, and I spray down. I also diffuse eucalyptus oil in the house. A couple drops goes a long way. But what oregano oil does is it kills bacteria and fungus. It's really good for fighting bacteria. If you think you are getting sick, put like 5 or 6 drops in a capsule and eat it. Make sure it's the type that you can eat. It's not like an aromatherapy oil. It's actually a medicinal therapeutical grade oil. I don't really have a certain fan of whatever types of oils. There's Young Living, there's doTERRA. Pretty much I have a whole bunch of everything that either I bought or people gave me when it was on sale, and just use that. All right, so now we got all that good stuff going. And it's good to use some type of oil because we are heating this at high temperatures. You don't want to use olive oil. Get rid of vegetable oil because that's just gross. And then we're using, this is an avocado oil, okay? Don't get rid of anything right now, actually. You don't know what you're going to need, but I would save vegetable oil for emergencies. 911 food, my friend Jay calls it. Also, if you want some more recipes, I know my friend Jay Tanti, Chef Jay, she has the Happy Cooking Club. I believe it's Happy Cooking Club on Facebook, and she posts recipes almost daily and does a lot of live feeds. So if you are looking for some cooking inspiration, definitely check her out. All right, so now we're just gonna take this preheated. We know it's preheated. We have it at 450 degrees, and I'm just gonna put the meat in, okay? So while that's going, it gives you an opportunity to chop the vegetables. Leave the lid off because you want it to oxidize. You want to get a crust and really kind of sear that outside of the meat so it does stay juicy, okay? So next step is carrots. And because we're keeping this for a really long period of time, better to do a rough chop than something fine, because you don't want the carrots to break down and disintegrate, okay? So like, I don't know, a chop. I like to do them on an axis, just makes it a little bit more fancy, and just throw those in. Actually, we're gonna throw them into the bowl where we had the meat, okay? Because we're gonna season those vegetables as well. So I'm just gonna go through and just, again, chopping up the carrots. It's always good to have a something handy that you put like the odds and ends into. I like to use the lids, or I'll use a bowl, like a trash bowl. Remember, doesn't have to be super fancy, just basic. So I'm gonna run through. I've probably got about 6 or 7 carrots here. Guys, there's a lot of recipes you can make. I mean, if you buy right, you'll have enough stuff for a month easily, so don't worry about that. I would say if you are gonna, stock up on anything, let it be like quinoa, rice, lots of butters and oils, peanut butter. I mean, things that are high caloric, because if you eat less of it, it fills you up, keeps you full longer. Potatoes, again, just quartering the potatoes. I like to use a white Yukon Gold potato. All root vegetables, always buy them organic. They are touching the dirt. Don't peel. The first 1/8 of the peel has 40 to 60% of the mineral content. 40 per 60% of the minerals. 40 to 60. That's a lot, so you don't want to lose that, okay? If it's a big potato, maybe you cut it into 6 pieces. All right. And then you're gonna need onions and garlic. Onions and garlic are part of the allium family. They actually build the immune system and fight bacteria and fungus in the body. I mean, we can't be more too careful, but you know, I'm not gonna get into that because everyone has their own opinions. But no one can argue with the fact that eating more nutrients and less chemicals is gonna be good for you. So that's what we're up to today. If you are one of my customers and you actually need more recipes or any support in the kitchen, reach out to me, guys. I am here for you. I also have a YouTube channel, Cook with Vanna. Cook with Vanna on YouTube. So if you subscribe, you'll get a little ding every time I put a new recipe up. All right, and then we're just gonna do some garlic. I don't mind having stinky breath. My husband kisses me anyway. Yes, I'm married now. Thank you, Duke Rasmussen, for putting a ring on it. All right. So yeah, Vanna Rasmussen is my new name now. Kind of has a ring to it, right? All right, so I'm just chopping, rough chop on the garlic. Doesn't have to be perfect, people. This is about easy, achievable recipes that are easy to prepare. They don't cost a lot of money, and they're good for you. I'll probably put a recipe up. I might just vlog once a day what it is that I'm making. I already made like a bunch of eggs today. Like I should have been showing you guys what I was cooking. So we're gonna do that more. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and turn the meat over. The meat is ready to flip when it releases easily. If it's stuck to the pan, press it harder until the skin sears and it'll flip over easily. Also, I'm in a hurry. I'm trying to get out of here, so I'm actually just going to really put this together really quickly. I mean, this has been 7 minutes of putting stuff on meat, searing it, flipping it, adding the vegetables, turning it down. Then I leave. I come back in 5-6 hours and it's done and it's perfect. So that's what we're doing right now. Let me grab some tongs or something to flip the meat over with. Don't use anything that's going to pierce the meat because then it's actually going to dry it out. So flipping it over, you can see we have a beautiful hard sear. Looks amazing. And in this multi-purpose 5-quart, I like to put the meat up against the side because then I'm like just searing more of it. And if you do have fresh herbs like thyme, oregano oil, or oregano, I would add those in too. Even thyme, oregano, or what would be something else I'd add? Tarragon would be really good. Sage, you can use that as well. Salt and pepper. Again, I love spices. I use all kinds of spices. But for the sake of simplicity and duplicability, you know what I mean. I'm just going to make it really easy. And then once this is done, I like to serve it with fresh spinach, something green onions, just some herb that hasn't been cooked that you're going to actually toss this with. So the meat's been flipped. I'm going to dump the vegetables in. You can use mushrooms. I wouldn't do like Brussels sprouts, those will cook too quickly. Do your root vegetables, ones that take longer to cook. Okay, so that's what we got. I'm going to just go ahead and toss this stuff. Put on the lid. I'm going to wait for the lid to get hot to touch. And if you do have this Saladmaster cookware, which, dude, this is the best time to buy stuff that you're going to use every single day. Good for your health. You're cooking more. I mean, don't buy stupid purses, vacations. Get tools that you're going to use on a daily basis that are good for you and your family. You know, like common sense. I'm pretty cheap, but not when it comes to food. Put your money where your mouth is, people. So anyways, I'm going to let this hang out. When the valve starts clicking, I'm going to reduce it down to 190 degrees. And then I'm just going to leave for about 4 or 5 hours, come back, and then everyone's pumped. So that's how you do a pot roast. If you have more questions, let me know. Stay tuned for my next video and take care of yourselves, people. Wash them hands, okay? Bye.